Today is August 24th, and it's currently 9:43 p.m. Eastern Time. And this is the trading platform for Thinkorswim. And I'm looking at the weekly chart for Alibaba, ticker symbol BABA. As of today's close, the price was at $171.70. And overall, it was up $10.64, or up 6%. So looking at the weekly chart, I did quickly identify a support resistance at 188.60. And at the same time, I also identified two other levels here. So the second one is 143.85. Right here, and the center point so these are the three most relevant support resistance levels that I identified, and the reason being is that if I back out to the monthly period, so these levels right here, so this resistance level proved itself back here between October 2017 all the way through to August 2018. And when price was finally rejected, it landed back here at the 143 range and continued to bounce around, and finally a third attempt. So this cluster would be the first attempt, this cluster would be the second attempt, and then eventually this third attempt pushed it through. And at that point, this price level was now forming as support. So once it left here as resistance, it's now proving itself here to be support. And from this point on, price just went up to a high of 319.32 before gradually grinding its way back down to where it is today. And for this month, it's the price, well, this month is only 3 days left, right? Because today's Tuesday, and there's only 3 days left for the month of August. So the next candle, because the current close is right here, the September candle is going to open below this 188 resistance level. So I'm going to speculate that prices just continue ranging between 188 and 143. So I'll drop back down to the weekly time frame. So this is the weekly time frame. So it's a bit more detailed than what the monthly was showing. So each candlestick represents a week's worth of trading activity, whereas the monthly chart was showing each candlestick to be 1 month's worth of trading activity. So just to stay on focus with this time frame, right now for the past 2 weeks, price is in the mid-level. Today was promising. I mean, it was the most convincing candle, so a quick peek at the daily. So there was a gap up, right? So yesterday it closed here, and then during the overnight session and going into the market open today, price gapped up above this mid-level resistance. So there's a probability that price would stay above this range and maybe continue higher, which I think it will. But there's a but to this. So if I'm gonna back out to the weekly, what I did was I'm gonna put a pitchfork channel. So let me just go ahead and do that now. So the pitchfork So I'm going to use the top of this candlestick here from November 2020, and the high at the time was 311.44. I'm not going to get it right on the spot, but I'll come close to it. And I'm going to use the bottom pivot based on this candlestick from December 21st, 2020. And I'm just going to adjust this real quickly to about that point. So this way, here we have the two solid lines representing the support level and resistance level. So we can see that from the resistance level, price challenged here, but wasn't able to get above it. It challenged it again here, it couldn't get above it. It challenged it here, it couldn't get above it, right? So on the other side to that, when price came down, price was now supported by this bottom channel here. And it hasn't been, price hasn't tested this because it's been above this mid level or this yellow price level or support level, okay? So similar to the Fibonacci retracement tool, we have the purple as the support, which is 0, and the top channel, or the blue, is the 100%. In the middle is the yellow, or 50%, and in between those two, we have the 25 and 75% retracement. And we can see here that since January 18th, 2021, all the way up until last week, price was above this yellow level, so, or the 50%, before finally coming down late last week and into this week. So price is hitting against this mid-level support level at 166. So price could still range here and right here. So if I zoom in, I mean, I really don't need to zoom in, but you can see here that based on this yellow line crossing against this support level here, price could have a hard time, or it could be really testing this level right here. So this level is about 172 to, yeah, it's about in the 170s range. So the rest of this week, next week, and maybe the following week after that, price could continue to try and get above this price level. So because of this 166, it's really right at the heart of it, right? So price is going to continue ranging, either respecting the yellow and keep going lower, or eventually, you know, after 1 or 2 weeks of trying to get over it, it probably will. And I think it might take 2 weeks for price to get above it, and then, you know, continue working its way up. But the ultimate test would be how price would be handled here at the 188. So price could keep going up, and then will 188 push it right back down? So this way it would be a continuation of a downward trend. So that's a broad outlook, and I think that's the way it's gonna play out. I mean, it's only August, right? And I'm talking about like October, November of price already being rejected. But there is a probability that because price has been respecting this upper band and this 188 level, even if it gets above 188, it has to contend with this top channel. So with the negative news that's coming out of China, and as well as the trade war, that I think that's more pressure added to the price of this stock, as well as the other Chinese companies like NIO and a few others. So that's my outlook. Now, based on my rough estimate, so if I'm using this bottom channel here, because this closed lower than this candlestick, right? So if I draw a line to about right here at the 45-degree angle, right? So at this 45-degree line angle, it is going to hit, or price is going to range up to 188 around September 13th. And what we should know by then whether price will eventually push itself over 188 and stay above it. But then again, this is going to be so strong that price would ultimately have to break out and start a whole new trend, right? So to break this downward channel that it's been consistently been following since November of last year, it's going to require a lot of energy and a lot of momentum and a lot of buying for sure to actually break this downtrend and start an uptrend. But still, even if price does get above it, there's another support resistance level that it has also to contend with. So maybe at that point, you know, price might get rejected at that point and then come back down and back into this channel. So the support resistance above 188, I have it, I believe it's at it's 210.95. So this would be the highest point where price would get to after breaking 1, 2 support level resistance levels. Breaking a third one, I'm not going to be too confident with that. So either price gets rejected here in Q4, or it gets rejected here also in late Q4 2021. I mean, for this to go towards this direction, that's almost similar to like a V-bottom breakout. And it's possible, but being realistic based on, you know, 1, 2, 3 resistance levels that price has to get above, it's going to be a bit challenging for BABA considering where it was and where it is now. So yeah, so as time progresses, I'll check up on this every so often and provide another update accordingly. So until then, more to follow.